put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome back to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. I am Candice Jackson for Out and About in Tobago, where we are going around and we are showing you some of the things that you can see and do in Tobago. Now, many times when people come to Tobago, they feel like, where can we find art? Where can we see, some of the beautiful art pieces that are created by people here in Tobago? Well, guess what? There is a spot that you can go. It's called the Tobago Art Gallery here in Lowlands. That's where I am right now. And I am going to show you just what is here, because when you come here, you don't just experience art. There's a holistic experience, and we are going to get into that. But first, I need to introduce you to the man behind all of the paint, well, not all of the paintings, but the man behind the gallery itself, none other than Mr. Martin Superville. How are you doing?
See you,
I'm great. And I see you already working on a piece here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, I'm working towards a show in Miami right now, so looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm. And then what is this depicting?
Well, it's our typical dancers. I'm just doing it a little different. I play with light a little bit, and it still misses a bit of the people, the more people to come in it, and there's a lot of glazing to take place and so forth. But there's a lot to see. We represent a number of different artists, and here we have Christian Williams, and we have one of our local artists, Amber Shaw, and this is Inga. Inga is not too well these days, but her dolls are beautiful regardless. Mm-hmm.
So how long has this been established?
The gallery has been around since 1995. Mm-hmm. Yes, so that's how much? 27, 28 years, give or take.
Mm-hmm. And this is a passion of yours?
It's one of them, yes.
So tell me, just explain a little bit, just about your passion, why do you love doing this so much?
Well, it's not something that you could just explain easily. It's just that it's something that you just happen to be doing, and you gravitate to aspects of it, and you just get yourself over the years, you just got caught up in it, and it's your life, it becomes your life. And then, of course, the island being as it is, lacking in the arts a bit, so you want to do things to encourage the young ones and so forth. Mm-hmm. You would understand what I mean.
Of course, but I mean, so what got you started, and what made you decide that, hey, let me have a space where I can display my art as well as other artists' pieces?
You didn't have a choice. At the time, you're talking about 1995, it was either you did it or you didn't have a place really to put your stuff, Mm-hmm. So it just happened because of necessity, mother of invention, yes?
Yes.
Do we not say that?
Yeah? Certainly. So, I mean, we have quite a number of art displays, but this is not all.
Well, there's lots more upstairs, and it's round and about, so why not take a walk upstairs, see what it has?
Mm-hmm. And as you're walking up, I would like you to just tell me about some of the things that we are seeing.
Well, of course, this is Amber Shaw again. She has these long, colorful, elongated pieces. She has her work in different parts of the island. Mm-hmm. I believe in the new hotel, there's some there. This is Kay O'Callaghan. She's another international artist, lives abroad and pursues work here. Mm-hmm. We have Hayden Joanne. He's an artist from Trinidad. He works in acrylics, and he's very popular doing portraits like of the Prime Minister, and he did a lot of famous people, our famous people in Trinidad and Tobago. Mm-hmm. He's quite good at doing realistic work. Of course, this one here is Jason Ned, mm-hmm. and Jason has more stuff round and about, like right here.
So, why should people come to the art gallery and experience some of these paintings for themselves?
Well, it's something to do, to start with. Tobago is developing, and these are the things that encourages that type of development. And of course, when you have younger folks seeing these type of things, and they recognizing that they themselves could find employment in this industry, it adds to their knowledge, and it gets to reach out to them, and they get to see the bigger picture. So this, for instance, is a good friend of mine. This is Mr. Kevin Kenny. I'm privileged to have this is hand done.
Nice.
To detail. It's a pirogue, and there's everything, all the the hooks and so forth. Real cool. You know, actual boat, you see?
Yes.
Yes?
I mean, why should people start, taking some time to appreciate art? Because, we're just passing through here as we're conducting the interview, but art it's an experience, It's not something that you just see and you move past.
Correct. Keeping in mind that generally the creative world or the creative sector is always moving around us. So basically, in generally any industry, you're going to have some creative aspect to it. Even in the oil industry, you still have to put signs, design a logo for the oil industry. You could just think any industry. Really, you have this aspect of the creative soul, creative mind working throughout it. So generally, we all have that sense of creativity in us. What happens is that we all made differently. We all have different loves. So sometimes where we live, and because of the circumstances, it may not be something accessible. So having it accessible makes it easy for one to see and look forward to. Whereas if you don't know, you just don't know. It's simple as that. And it goes for anything. There are lots of things happening. I don't know how to make a cell phone. Right. So and there are people in where is it? Taiwan. Is Taiwan? Where they're fighting over now? They are professionals making all these little tiny little things that running all our phones and our cameras. So for us to reach to that level, there's a sense of creativity that we have to employ in our minds to start thinking on that level where we do it big, so before we can bring it down very minute.
And then all of these pieces displayed here are for sale as well.
Most of them. Some things here are heirlooms. Like this, for instance. That's what I'm trying to say. A lease. It is a lease for the slaves in this area, over 200 years old. It's written on lambskin. Wow. So, there's some, don't ask me how I got it. Sometimes some things come into your hand. This, for instance, a gentleman donated this to the gallery. We have to get it framed properly. He was one of the, Edwin, was it? Edwin, I can't remember his, Edwin Roberts.
On the relay team for the Olympics,
and this is one that he wore on a podium somewhere, on a meeting somewhere, and he said he needed it to be able to be seen. It's our legacy that we're talking about in Trinidad and Tobago, of things that we have accomplished in the world. So it's not just art alone, it's other aspects of living, the whole, all this is creativity in a sense.
Yes.
So we here, we trying to be the little protectors.
Right. But you don't just have an art studio. There's something bigger here. And what are you trying to do here with this established studio?
Well, it was where the gallery was just the art gallery. Now it's more of a destination. We try to add other elements to make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more exciting. We are working on, this is Art Hub, for instance. This here came about 2 or 3 years ago, somewhere between COVID. Of course, COVID didn't behave nice with it. And so now we revamped it, brought it back. We're dealing with local craft, local oils, people who are doing, this is Ted Arter, for instance. Ted Arter is one of our best, if not the best, leather craftsman in Trinidad and Tobago.
Certainly.
I would say the best.
Certainly.
And he has a strong following throughout Trinidad and Tobago and throughout the world even now. His designs are they're beautiful. There's a lot to say about it. It's a privilege to have his work at the Art Hub because it gives the place a little sense of opulence, you know what I mean? We have other things coming up, Air A&B that we're looking forward to. That is new, it isn't quite finished, so we can't drag you all to that side. Yeah? So, and of course, there's a cafe that has been in the making for a little while.
Yes, and that's going to be launched pretty soon, so can we head over there to see what that spot is like?
Well, we can head up there.
We can head up there, yes. I mean, and then, just tell me about what this does for you, being able to just expand and, build out your dream almost.
Well, it's taking your home and using it differently, seeing how you could, add spice to your life.
Yes.
I have to say that the idea hit me when I traveled to St. Lucia and realized everyone was taking their homes. That was years ago.
Yes.
Taking their homes and turning it into bread and breakfast and you know, spinning things around. Even in islands like Barbados, you'd see where some guy take a whole village and turn it into a whole piano bar each. And these are the type of things that I suppose that people in cold countries want to come to. For instance, right here, there's this pond and there's a couple, I don't want to say it too loud, but a couple of caimans that live here. And
they're your friends.
I feed them. I have about 3 of them, and they show up, and visitors are all wowed when they see them pop up there. And, you know, it's something else. You don't always see 8-foot reptiles walking around. So, of course, here's where the cafe will be. It's not quite put together at this point.
But it will be in a few weeks' time.
Well, we're pushing for that, and especially since it has all these celebrations and so forth taking place right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you're not just about displaying art, you're not just about creating an experience, you're also about teaching art.
Right. So we do intend to have some summer schools for the young and upcoming. And that's something that we would have to explore more. It takes some time to explain and teach people things. So you have to really put a proper program in place for it. I have lots of people asking for classes, and something that I think I would do personally more on a weekend, whereas the holidays we use it to get the children here and see if you can get them for, you know, they do little summer camps and so forth. And my assistant is a professional artist.
Yes.
And those are things that, and I've spoken to some other artists throughout the island that they can utilize the place a little differently. It's a big space. So I have like Chris Thomas, we're talking about him doing his classes.
So you have an art show coming up pretty soon. Tell me about that.
It's called Jazz As You Like, Jazz, As You Like. Again, we're employing artists from Trinidad and Tobago. We already have a nice little list developing. It's marrying, we are marrying it with the time when we have a jazz festival on the island. It's not as long as it was before, so we are trying to take up a little slack in having other items to facilitate or to work along with that.
Yes.
And this is one of them. It's starting like a week before, give or take, you know, because the art show is different. You know, it's not a one-day event. It goes on for a period of time. So this is a case where, you know, we want the artists, we employ them with a title, you know, so that something they can work with. A lot of them, little pieces. We speak to them about what is marketable, how to make a living, not having paintings 20 feet by 10 feet and expect someone to roll it up on a canvas and carry it back to England. So you have to be practical in the way that you approach your art display, you know.
Yes.
The show will be here. We also manage Magdalena's art gallery, so we'll try to let it, you know,
spill over into theirs as well.
To that side.
And how can people get in contact with you if they want tickets, if they want information?
Well, the art gallery is easy. The name was chosen because of the minute you put art gallery, it pops up all over the world, and it works for us because of that. So 631-1424 is the number for the gallery. The email address is artgal2@hotmail.com, and we are easy to find on Instagram and Facebook and all those social media that's out. We employ them.
Yes, certainly. I'd want to thank you so much, Mr. Superville, for taking me around and showing me your place.
And using us as part of your program.
Certainly. So viewers, if you want to check out some good art, if you want just a different experience here in Tobago, you need to certainly come here and check out this place, the Tobago Art Gallery, where you could see some art, where you can also, you know, try to learn some art yourself. And of course, pretty soon you'll have a cafe and a little Airbnb, so you want to look out for that. All right, that's it for me for right now, but don't go anywhere because there's lots more coming up for you on the Tobago Updates morning show when we come back after the break.